BSA Bharatiya Sakshya Adhiniyam Part 2. In this part, we'll see Chapter 5 to 12 and Section 94 to 170. Friends, Chapter 6. The exclusion of oral evidence by documentary evidence. Section 94, evidence of terms of contract, grants, and other dispositions of property reduced to form of documents. 95, exclusion of evidence of oral agreement. 96, exclusion of evidence to explain or amend ambiguous document. 97, exclusion of evidence against the application of document to existing facts. 98, evidence as to document unmeaning in reference to existing facts. 99, evidence as to application of language which can apply to one only of several persons. Section 100, evidence as to application of language to one of two sets of facts, to neither of which the whole correctly applies. Section 101, evidence as to meaning of eligible, character, etc. Section 102, who may give evidence of agreement varying term of document. Section 103, saving of provision of Indian Success Act relating to wills. Part 4, production and effect of evidence. Chapter 7, the burden of proof. Section 104, burden of proof. Section 105, on whom burden of proof lies. Section 106, burden of proof as to particular fact. Section 107, burden of providing facts to be proved to make evidence admissible. Section 108, burden of proving that case of accused comes within expectation. 109, burden of providing fact, especially within knowledge. 110, burden of proving death of person known to have been alive within 30 years. Section 111, burden of providing that person is alive who has not been heard for 7 years. Section 112, burden of proof as to relationship in cases of partners, landlord, tenant, principal, and agent. Section 113, burden of proof as to ownership. Section 114, proof of good faith in transactions where one party is in relation of active confidence. Section 115, presumption as to certain offenses. Section 116, birth during marriage. Conclusive proof of legitimacy. Section 170, presumption as to abatement of suicide by a married woman. Section 118, presumption as to dowry death. Section 119, court may presume existence of certain facts. Section 120, presumption as to absence of content in certain prosecution for rape. Chapter 8, estoppel. Section 121, estoppel. Section 122, estoppel of tenant and of license of a person in possession. Licensee of person in possession. Section 123, estoppel of acceptor of a bill of exchange, belly or license. Chapter 9 of witnesses. Section 124, who may testify. 125, witness unable to communicate verbally. 126, competency of husband and wife as a witness in certain cases. 127, judges and magistrates. 128, communications during marriage. 129, evidence as to affair of state. 130, official communications. 131, information as to commission of offenses. 132, professional communications. Section 133, privilege not waived by volunteering evidence. Section 134, confidential communication with legal advisors. Section 135, production of title deeds of witnesses, not a party. 136, production of document or electronic record which another person having possession could refuse to produce. 137, witness may excuse from answering on ground that answer will criminate. 138, complies. 139, number of witnesses. Chapter 10, examination of witnesses. Section 140, order of production and examination of witnesses. 141, judge to decide as to admissibility of evidence. 142, examination of witnesses. 143, order of examinations. 144, cross-examination of a person called to produce a document. 145, witnesses to character. 146, leading questions. 147, evidence as to matters in writing. 148, cross-examination as to previous statement in writing. 149, questions lawful in cross-examinations. 150, when witnesses to be compelled to answer. 151, court decide when questions shall be asked and when witness compelled to answer. 152, question not to be asked without reasonable grounds. 157, procedure of court in case of question being asked without reasonable grounds. 154, incident and scandalous questions. Indecent. 154, indecent and scandalous questions. 155, questions intended to insult or annoy. 156, exclusion of evidence to contradict answers to questions testifying veracity. 157, questions by party to his own witness. 158, impeaching credit of witness. 159, questions tending to corroborate evidence of relevant fact admissible. 160, formal statement of witnesses may be proved to corroborate later testimony as to same facts. 161, what matters may be proved in connection with proved statement relevant under section 26 or 27. Section 162, refreshing memory. 162, refreshing memory. Section 163, testimony to fact stated in document mentioned in section 162. 164, right of adverse party as to writing used to refresh memory. Section 165, production of document. 166 giving an evidence of document called for and produced on notice. 167 using an evidence of document production of which was refused on notice. Section 168 judges power to put question or order production. Chapter 9 improper admission and rejection of evidence. Section 169, no new trial for improper admission or rejection of evidence. Chapter 12, repeal and savings. Section 170, repeal and savings. And one schedule. If you visit to schedule, then we'll find there are certificates. Part A and Part B. So friend, this is a BSA, total 170 sections. Friends, if you like our endeavor, then like, subscribe the channel and share the channel, share our efforts to others, specifically lawyers across the India, law students, judges. Friends, there are so many videos of mine on YouTube channel. Some are Hindi, English for better understanding for general people. And for lawyers, all videos mostly are in English. If you require any more videos on specific topics, you just send your views or send your feedback in comment box, then we will consider and we will come with that video as early as possible. In next episode, we'll see Limitation Act. That is very important. These apparently these laws are very small in size, like Evidence Act, that is BSA, Limitation Act, but these are very powerful laws. So we should have always mastery on this procedural law. And later, after limitation, then I will cover CPC also. Okay. Till then, thank you. Jai Hind.